Well, g'day viewers, and welcome back to another exciting adventure of Friction Zone with GregM. In my previous videos we discussed, and the first video goes about an hour and a half, we discussed all the principles that you need to do to be able to ride your motorcycle and control your bike at slow speeds. Okay, and those 5 principles, we'll just go over those again, is the bike's in gear, foot covering the rear brake, raise your RPMs, go to friction zone, into the friction zone 1 and slightly back, which is a sweet spot. And then once we take off, we then raise our left foot. They're the 5 basic things to get the bike going. And we stay in that friction zone and we maintain that throttle. Okay, so we preload it and we keep it loaded and we maintain that friction zone, whether it's friction zone 1 or friction zone 2. As we said, there are 4 sort of stages to the friction zones. Look at that previous videos and it'll take us through all that. Okay, as we say, the first 4 exercises out of the 9 exercises total that we've been going through, the first 4 set you up to be able to do these sort of other exercises out of the 9. Today, we're going to look at and go into a bit more detail on the figure 8. The figure 8 is a good exercise because it gets you fluently moving your bike from side to side and leaning, okay, but in 360 circles. So in previous ones where we've done the snowman and we're doing the 360 circles, out of the circle into another circle and so forth. Well, this one is similar except within the confined space. Okay, that is confined space. This one here is a 20 by 20 foot circle. Okay, you can drop it down to an 18 by 18 foot circle if you are square if you like. So you can go as small or as big as you like. Start off larger. And once you get used to that and you're doing that comfortably, and then you can start going around and making your turns tighter, and you notice that, then you can reduce the size of the area you're working in. Okay, but start off a bit larger to start with until you get to that point. So, the basic things with this one, when you come into these, when we bring the bike in, we use up all the space, of course. We bring the bike across. We get to here, we bring it right up and have the front wheel hard up against here, right up near the witch's hat. Okay, because we need to use all the space. So we bring it right up, head and eyes then go around because we're going to be turning back and we're looking back to where we come from. Okay, head and eyes going back again. Bike's out here. So this arm is my head and eyes. And we start to lean the bike and come around, using up all the available space, looking and looking, bringing the bike around. That's where my eyes are, that's where the bike is going to go. And when we come around to here, and we're looking forward to here, to this cone, because we're now going to come around, and we're going to bring the bike, try to straighten up as much as possible. We don't want the bike leaned over, we need it up so we can transition to the other way. We bring it along, head and eyes come around, because we're going to come back now, and we lean the bike and turn the bike bars. Lean the bike, turn the bars. Using up all the available space again. Coming round, head and eyes looking to where we're going to go. We then come back around, head and eyes to the front because that's where we're looking. Then we look across, we're going to come back that way, bringing it over, turning it around once again. So forth and so on. So we can come round, we can come in, do the figure 8, and then we can go back out the exit or go around twice, come back out the way you come in, whichever way you want to go for however many times you want to do it. So the big thing with this is use up all the space, take it right over, okay, until you get used to it. And as you get used to it, you'll be able to bring that space down within this space and you can see, hey, I can do these even tighter. And that's what it's about. So wheel placement, head and eyes in the direction you're going, maintaining that throttle control. And if you're using your foot brake, and I don't use my foot brake on these activities, but if you're using it, just very slight, gradual movements. Don't go pushing the brake, jerking it down, because it'll dive the bike into the ground. Okay, just very light movements. Light on to slow down, light off to slowly speed up. Okay, so having said that, let's now give it a go and see how we go. Okay, I'll talk you through it as we go along. Lovely day out here today. Not too windy, but I've doubled up my witch's hats so they don't blow everywhere like they have done in the past. Yeah, very nice. Okay, bike's in gear. Foot covered in the rear brake. Accelerator. Friction zone, foot up. Head nose back around the way we're going to be going. Bring the bike back around and transition. Okay, nice and slow for now. And back around, transition. Looking the way you're going, looking at that witch's hats. And transition. Bring it back around. Transition. And you see I'm offsetting my body on the bike. So I can get the bike over, keep it upright. Then we can speed up slightly, yep. Using up all the available space. Once you get used to it, you don't necessarily need to look at which direction you're going. Once you get being able to control your bike with the leaning and the turning, then you can look sort of other places. But until then, head and eyes in the direction that you're going. Where you look is where the bike will go. Okay, and then smooth stop. Okay, a smooth stop is important. It's a control stop. So that is, as we said in previous ones, you're in the friction zone, you're applying the rear brake, so that when you stop, as you stop, you're still in the friction zone, your brake pulls you up, and then as your foot touches the ground and you stopped, then you pull the clutch in. And that's a control stop. So you're controlling the bike all the way through, from start to stop. So that's it in a nutshell for the figure 8. Wheel placement, hugging the cones, head and eyes in the direction that you're going, and then it's exactly the same for the other exercises you've done. Nothing changes. Lean the bike, counterbalance, and handlebars. Okay. Well, that's it for this one. Nice and simple and straightforward. So until the next time we meet, remember, stay safe, stay upright, and use the friction zone.